Long Lost Letter reveals Einstein predicted the discovery of animal super senses. Decades before we knew birds could see Earth's magnetic field, Albert Einstein was discussing the possibility of undiscovered super senses in his fan mail. A long-lost letter from the famous scientist to an inquiring engineer in 1949 has turned out to be extraordinarily prescient in both the field of biology and physics. The original inquiry from engineer Glenn Davies, which started the correspondence, has since been lost, but judging from Einstein's reply, Davies' question had something to do with animal perception and what it can tell us about the physical world. It is thinkable that the investigation of the behavior of migratory birds and carrier pigeons may someday lead to the understanding of some physical process which is not yet known. Einstein wrote in his reply, more than 70 years later, we now know Einstein's hunch was right on the money. Evidence now suggests birds can sense Earth's magnetic field using special photoreceptors in their eyes that are sensitive to subtle shifts in the planet's magnetic field. This is what allows them to migrate thousands of kilometers without getting lost. Other animals, like marine turtles, dogs, and bees, also show an uncanny ability to sense our planet's magnetic fields, although not necessarily through the eyes. It is amazing that Einstein conceived this possibility, decades before empirical evidence revealed that several animals can indeed perceive magnetic fields and use such information for navigation. The Nobel Prize winner did have some clues to guide his thinking. At the time the letter was written, biological science and physical science were beginning to merge like never before. Bat echolocation had recently been discovered, and radar technology was beginning to take root. In fact, Davies himself was a researcher in this field, which is probably why he was interested in other strange animal senses. His return letter, which was undiscovered until Davies' death in 2011, is short, but it confirms Einstein was also fascinated by the behavior of bees. In the typewritten note, Einstein admits he is well acquainted with Carl von Frisch, who had recently figured out bees navigate using the polarization patterns of light. Einstein is known to have attended one of von Frisch's lectures at Princeton University 6 months before the letter was sent. I cannot see a possibility to utilize those results in the investigation concerning the basis of physics, he replied to Davies. Such could only be the case if a new kind of sensory perception, RESP of their stimuli, would be revealed through the behavior of the bees. The exact mechanisms by which animals perceive light or sense the Earth's magnetic field are still being teased apart, and it might not be the same for every species. This is ironic, because it's what you would expect from a unique quantum reaction. For a photoreceptor to sense a magnetic field, it would require electrons within the cell to become entangled, and Einstein at the time had rejected this idea, calling it spooky action at a distance. Thank you for watching. Kindly like and subscribe.